Take two, man. The computer just crashed on us, so we just try to do it over. So back to what we was doing, man. I'm finna do a whole YouTube video, skit, script, everything from scratch right now. So first thing I'm gonna do is I went to my vidIQ, my AI coach. I got the AI coach and vidIQ. Told him based on my channel, um, what type of video should I make. Um, They say I should do a video called Mastering Digital Art, a beginner's guide for Photoshop. Pretty cool. I always wanted to do that, and it really pretty much read my mind. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this and go over to Google Docs and start me a script and use this as the kicker. So open up a new window, go to Google Docs, link document. I'm gonna paste Measuring Digital Art. I'm gonna make the text black. Boom. Back. There we go. It's kind of hard to do, but I did it. Okay, so Measuring Digital Art. We're gonna say that is Beginner Guide to Photoshop. We're gonna say that's the title. Boom. Then I'm going to make that bigger. That's the title. Okay, look. Finna dive right into it. I don't even need ChatGPT for this. We're gonna just free ball it. We're gonna just fly right through it. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up Photoshop, and that's just the regular one, which I don't see better. Let me see if I got better, which I don't. So I'll open up the regular Photoshop. It should be updated. I haven't been having any problems with it anyway, so I'm gonna give you a comprehensive overview. It ain't gonna take that long, pretty quick, pretty fast. Audio still recording. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go back to the home page. Just at the top right is a picture of a home. That's how you go to the home page. So I'll click on that. That's my home page. And on your home page, it show all your recent projects, everything that you did already. So everything is one of the commissions that I just completed. Here just probably some in-app ads that they got going on. So they'll show you some downloads, whatever they got going on. I always look over here where it say open or new file. So I will click new file. When you click new file, it opens up a box where you can set your dimensions of what type of canvas you want. So do you want to draw on a small canvas? Do you want to draw on a big one? Do you want to draw on a see-through one? Do you want to draw on one with a white background? So in this area right here, well, we can look up here. It's all presets where they already got the sizes for you already made, which is pretty cool. So you can get some type of visual of what you want already, and it's showing you the templates. But what I will do is I will use my own custom dimensions. So for this instructional video, it really don't matter, because I'm just showing you the basics of Photoshop. So a basic one I will use will be probably 6 by 6 inches. That's probably a mixtape cover or Instagram post. It'll be 6 by 6. I could do a white background. It really don't matter what background I use, because I'm gonna put stuff on top of it like layers. So it really don't matter what background I use. So I just click create and present details. You don't really have to put a name or nothing. I'll just put test one. I'm gonna click create. So soon you click create, you're gonna come to your workstation pretty much. This is where all your work is done at. This right here is the 6 by 6. If I had a ruler, which the rulers is on, you will see is 6 by 6. This right here are all your tools. So one thing about me in Photoshop, or my opinion of Photoshop, what I think Photoshop is 10,000 things to do the same thing. if that don't make no sense to you, I can probably put a picture up here. Let me see. I'm going to enter a picture and show you what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna go to my docs. I don't care what I got. I'm gonna go to my desktop art pictures. So I'm gonna go to this one right here. It's a picture of a tiger that was drawn. So when I say the word 10,000 things to do the same thing, I'm gonna say done. With these tools over here, let's just say for instance, I wanted to cut a block out right here. It's 10,000 ways over here that I can cut this block out. So I could say the first one, I can grab this regular marquee tool and just highlight it and just cut it out like that. And just cut it out like that. If it let me. Let me rasterize it first. So I will rasterize it first, and let me see if it let me cut it out now. See, now let me cut it out. So, and another way to cut it out, I can erase it out. I can use an eraser tool to cut it out. I can probably use a color fill to cut it out. I can make it turn transparent from right here. I can, like, it's so many options to do the same thing. I can probably use some type of tool where I'm cloning it and change it to what I wanted to change it to. So let me show you a clone tool where I could take something and clone it, and now I put the tiger. That's crazy. And I put the tiger in there, and that's pretty much how you do it. All right. Well, back to not how you do it, but that was my opinion of Photoshop. It's just 10,000 ways to do the same thing. So we're gonna dive right in it. Here's the basics of Photoshop to me. Here you have your file where you can go open a new file, or you can open up a previously saved file. This is where you can save all your projects. You can save it as. This is where you can insert pictures and stuff, or documents from your computer or your hard drive. You can enter documents like this by placing the link or placing the embed. You can export, so that means you can save it. You save it as how you want to save it as. You can even share it. So file is where your beginning and your end is going to be at. So you're going to begin with a file, start new, open up an old one. Then when you're done, you're going to save it here. Or you're going to export it and save it and get it ready for print or whatever you're doing with it. Edit is pretty much everything that got something to do with editing your content. If it's filling it, stroking it, open up a toolbar. So one thing I like to do when I get some type of document, something I never had before, I play with it. When I say play with it, I just click on everything and just see what buttons it got. All right, I'm reading everything it got. Oh, go to edit. I'm reading it. It got perspective, warp, and then I'm going to image. Image is like if I wanted to adjust the size, if I want to crop it, anything that got something to do with my image, I can change the colors, I can adjust the tones and whatnot. So that was image for. Layers is pretty much the same thing that's over here. It's just got its own toolbar over here too, so you can do the same thing with this over here. You can copy it, you can open up a new layer. So if I click layer and I click new layer and I click OK, boom, it opened up a new layer, which I could do the same thing if I come over here. Hopefully the screen ain't blocking it, and it's a plus sign, and that's a new layer. So it's the same exact thing to do the same thing but two different ways.
Okay.
So that's what layers are. Type is if I'm gonna do like some type of fonts. Um, if I want to do like a mixtape logo or something, I can use fonts, which is the same thing I can do if I open up a text toolbar, and then I can activate the fonts like that. So it's the same. It's the same way to do the same thing. So, and that's where type at. And I can also like play with my letters and stuff with it. So okay, what's next? Select if I wanted to like select the subject. A subject is whatever's in my picture. So that's what the subject is. Color range if I wanted to separate colors, like so if it's a black and white. If I wanted to select all the white, I can use a color range. Um, you got filters. Um, Filters are pretty cool when it comes to editing. You pretty much, as you know, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, even your phone got built-in filters, so you can see. That's why when you go to a picture, you can make it change different colors. You can make it sunny. You can make it blurry. You can like that's what the filters are. So they got these built-in filters, all right here. Your view, you can change the view of the screen. You can make it zoom in. You can make it zoom out. You can make it with ruler showing. You can make it with the grid showing. You can lock this, like you can fix how you want your screen to look. So that's what that's for. Plugins is if you get a little bit more advanced and want to get plugins and extra amenities that come with doing this Photoshop stuff, extra packets or stuff like that. Window is a space that you can always pretty much use. So you will always probably use this window and file the most. You'll use these ones in the middle like image layer and all that, but you will always use window because you might lose a box or something, you can't find it. So the layer box might be closed by accident and you can't find it. So you'll go to Windows and open up your layers box back. And that's to control all your layers. So I go to Windows and there's so many boxes that's not open that I probably can use if I needed it. But it's like everything that I need is open. It's probably stuff for brushes. If I wanted to do like brushes, or like to fix some type, like character style and character. But I'll open up brushes, and if I had my drawing tablet, then I got my brush window open. But you also can change your workspace. Your workspace is what your tools are. So you can change the photography. So now this is more of a photography workspace. Also, you can change your workspace to it come as essential. That's just the basic stuff that come with it. But you can change the graphic design, painting and motion. But I'm gonna go back to essentials because it got everything that I'm pretty much gonna teach you guys. So, like I said, what we covered so far is pretty much Photoshop is 10,000 things to do the same thing. Pretty much. That's just my opinion. Like if I wanted to make a red circle, I'm pretty sure I could find 10,000 ways to do it. I can grab this and make a circle and then fill it red. You know what I'm saying? Fill color red. And I made a red circle. Or I can come over here to the tool thing. Let me see if I can find a circle. Here goes ellipse. Come over here, hold shift, and make a complete circle. Whoa, and then I fill it. And I made a red circle. So it's like, let me see how other ways I can make a red circle. It's just so many ways, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can use the pen tool. And I can press P to use the pen tool. And I can make a circle with the pen. I can make a real circle, but this a fake circle. But you get what I'm saying? I can make a circle with the pen. So it's just like, what's your knowledge is, what's your expertise level when it comes to Photoshop. Will I making a circle, an efficient circle like how I just did it by clicking the circle button and making a circle and filling it in, or will I try to be like I'm really not that advanced and I'm just trying to use my pen or something? Or I could just use the pencil tool or I can use I'm gonna use a pen. Let me see. Where's the pen at? Spot removal tool. All right, pencil. We got the brush, the pencil. I'm gonna use a brush, and then I'm gonna change the color to red. Let me see. Trying to let me look at the layer real quick. What is red at? I'm trying to make this red. All right, there we go. That's why I won't working. I gotta deselect that, but I can make a circle with a airbrush. You see what I'm saying? So there's so much stuff to learn about Photoshop. All right, we're back to the basics, man. I'm gonna go all the way back to the beginning. Um, this is what we got going on. So over here is your toolbar or your tools. So all these tools is, you should do what I did. I went through each one, just clicked on it. It also got to learn more. You got to watch a quick video. It's even a video that show you how to use each tool.
The Move tool is an essential part of Photoshop, allowing you to move not only individual layers, but entire groups. This makes it a powerful tool for organizing and arranging your workspace. With the Move tool, you can also rotate, skew, and scale your selections. Just make sure the Show Transform Controls options in the options bar is enabled. Once enabled, you'll see transform handles around the corners of your selection. Click and drag these handles to modify your selection. And don't forget, you can quickly access the Move tool at any time by pressing V on your keyboard. The Move tool also has an auto select feature, which allows you to easily switch between selecting layers and groups. To use this feature, simply enable the auto select checkbox in the options bar and choose either layer or group in the drop-down menu. For more precise adjustments, you can use the arrow keys on your keyboard to nudge elements in small increments. And here's an advanced tip. Hold down the Shift key while dragging an element with the Move tool to constrain its movement to a straight line, either horizontally, vertically, or diagonally.
I didn't even know about the vertically one, so I learned something. So everything he said, I pretty much do. You can, I'm gonna give you an example of what he said. He said, you can pretty much move anything with this right here. This is a Move tool. You can move anything that's movable. So what I will do is I'm going to make another background, and I'm going to fill it in with a specific color, and I'm gonna say that color is, I'm gonna change the colors. I'm tired of seeing red, bluish, whatever. And then I'm going to how do you crop this? I'm going to wait. Let me change it to a smart color first. Convert it to a smart object, and then I'm gonna crop it. So now I should have a little blue square, which I could have just made, but whatever. I'm making it harder on myself. Save it, close it. All right, there it goes. So this, the move, I just made a square the hard way, but don't ever do nothing like that. But anyway, this is called the Move tool, like I said, and I can move it with the Move tool by clicking on the Move tool, and I can move whatever I want. So I can use the arrows left to move it over left. I can move down, move it down. What else did he say? I can hold the Shift button while I move it, and it'll go at a straight angle. But if I let the Shift go, it won't. But if I hold the Shift, I can't even if I go up and down, it won't move. If I let the Shift go, it go up and down. So a Shift is good for your alignment. You see, pretty good for your alignment. So I wanted to put it right here, I can put it right there. That's what the Shift for. You also can save your image if you crop it holding the Shift. They help it too, help preserve the image. So that's what the Move tool do. The Move tool pretty cool. That's gonna be one tool that you use a lot with the Move tool. You gotta move your stuff around, your elements. I'm gonna duplicate it a couple times. And that's what your Move tool do. Alright. Where my layer copies at? I copied the wrong things. I'm gonna duplicate these a couple of times, and that's your Move tool. I'm gonna make them smaller, some different sizes. Press done. Your Move tool is to can rotate it. It's rotating. So your move tool, you can go crazy with it. You can do all type of stuff with it. Go to the edge. When they go to that, like the little hook part, you can rotate it when they show that part. But if it show that, you can go up and down. So that's your move tool. And you can move items, like he said. So I've never even watched the video, so we can watch the videos together. Let me see, learn more. And this don't have a video, but I don't see a video on here, but like, no. So if you hover over the move tool, it say artboard tool. I don't use that. I don't even know what that is. So we're gonna keep going. This is your eclipse tool. Only tool that I use is the rectangle, and I use the eclipse everywhere. But I mainly use the rectangle one because it's easier to cut boxes out if I wanted to. Let me see. They ain't letting me cut it out. It's probably because they in restaurants. Let me make them all go together. Cancel. Make them all go together. Now cut it out. But I don't want to cut it out. I wanted to fill it with white. It don't really matter. But that's what that's for. Single row marquee tool. I don't even know what that means. But we're going to the lasso tool. Hopefully they got a video for that. Nope. Nothing for it. Alright. Good thing I know what it is. So the lasso tool is pretty much a freehand rope for you to highlight, circle, capture anything. So if I wanted to get like the corner of this, I can highlight it with the lasso tool. Kind of tricky and hard to play with, but and then I can cut if I want to cut that out. I also can fill it with white, whatever. So that's what the lasso tool is for. I'm gonna show you another. If I wanted to go straight down the middle, I wanted to kind of, if I press shift for the lasso tool to go straight. Nope. That'd be pretty cool though, because the lasso tool is so hard to use. So I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna come down and come around and come around. What was the lasso tool for? Like I wanted to get like a super small area. All right. A couple of fundamentals when playing with this. If you hold the Alt key and scroll your mouse up and down, your screen can shrink and get big. If you hold the space bar, it turns into a hand icon and you can move your composition around. It's pretty cool. So remember, Alt to zoom in and zoom out, you gotta hold it. And if you hold space, it turns into a hand and you can move your composition around. It's pretty cool when it comes to zooming in and you need a hand to move around. So that's, you're gonna learn about thumb motions. Pretty cool too. So this was next. That's the lasso tool. We went over the lasso tool already. Polygonal lasso tool, magnetic lasso tool. I don't really use them. I really just use the lasso tool. And we'll go over them later. We're really going over the tools that I use. I use an object selective tool, and I also use the quick selection tool. I don't use the magic wand, but object selection tool, it'll select the object for me. You see, it got the whole object highlighted, and I just select it, and it's going to highlight it for me, which I can do whatever I want to do with it. I can fill it a different color. I can general fill it, enter a picture right there. I can change it red. That's what the object selection tool will do. The quick selection tool is pretty much the same thing, but it only get the area that I highlight. So since I'm looking at blue, if I click it, it's gonna highlight just the blue. See, it highlighted. Sometimes it's tricky depending on the dimension of the photos. If the photo's like bad quality, it won't do that. But if it's a good quality photo, it'll do it. So now I got them all selected at once. I got all the blue ones selected. I can general fill it. I can put a pattern in it. I can continent where fill it. And we're gonna pick a color like that's gonna complement the red. It's too close to blue. There Nightmare Christmas. Uh, we change that color. Boom. So I just changed the colors, like greenish, whatever. This next tool, I mean, I'm the two for that one. So this next toolbar is the crop tool. I use this so much. I use this almost in every project. You're gonna have to crop your composition. You might want it small. You might want it bigger, but it's pretty cool. You also I can make this way bigger if I wanted to. So this is probably like 6x6 what we started with. So I can also make it bigger. So now my composition way more than 6x6. You see how big I just made it? So you know what I'm saying? That's how you make your composition bigger. I can cancel it or I can keep it. So I'm gonna cancel it and go back to normal. And then it's the 6x6 right here. So the crop tool is definitely a tool that you're gonna be using. Slice tool is a tool that I used before, but I haven't used it in a minute. It's like I wanted to like slice something in half or whatever. The frame tool is pretty cool. I don't use it, but I know how to use it. So I will put a frame over this box and enter a picture there, which I could just put a picture over there without doing that. See how I say frame popped up. So it's a frame thumbnail. Let me see, update all. I wonder can I put a picture in? Let me try to put a picture in that frame real quick. Let me see something. Oh my bad. I'm trying to put a picture in that frame. Let's try this picture right here. Oh, it worked. It dropped right into the frame. And I know how to do it. I just never did it, but that's pretty cool. I'm gonna start playing with frames. See, teaching people stuff, you learn stuff too. And I can erase it by hiding it. That's pretty cool. I can edit the frame picture, but I wonder can I edit the frame, like move it around? Oh yeah, you can move it around. That's cool. Oh, that's pretty cool. I can make it come like this. I wonder if I rotate it. That's pretty cool. I can make that box smaller. I'm learning. I'm playing with it. All right, we're gonna keep going, but that's the frame. The frame's pretty cool. So we're gonna go back a little bit and erase the frame. All right, that's pretty cool. But frames are cool. The eyedropper tool is a way to get any color. So if I wanted to get this specific color, I'll click it. Now I got that color saved right here. That's what the eyedropper tool for. If I on a picture that's very complex and I want to zoom in and get that specific color, I can use the eyedropper tool. That's what that's for. That's pretty cool to use when you're using fonts, color grading, stuff that you want to match a color to the same color, or your text to the same color as the background, whatever. You can use that. Spot healing brush. I used it before, but I use it like to make it look like I want it to look. It be looking more blemishy to me when I use it. Let me see if I can use it on here and see what happened. So you use the colon keys to make your circles bigger, and use the left colon key to make your circles smaller. So right, left, right, left, right. And let me try to use this see if it works. See, it's not gonna work on here because there ain't no blemishes. But if it was like a photo or something, it'll clean it. And it's like so it's doing a little something. See? Or it's trying to. See how I cleaned it, then it messed it up. But that looked pretty cool. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh. That's different. Remove marks and blemishes. So it's picking up something. Alright. Let me see what else I got over here. Okay. patch tool. All these tools pretty good. I don't have nothing to prove. I mean, not to prove, but to use these for right now. We can keep going though, but you can remove, you can heal. Um, I read, so I never even used that one. That's pretty cool. Um, this is for when you need to do some type of airbrushing. Like if I made like a car and I want to make the windows tint, I use the brush and paint the windows black or something. So you have the brush tool where you can pick what color you want and you can brush. You got pencil, same. You can draw with a pencil. It's a pencil. Change the width of the circle of the pencil. Make a bigger pencil. You can change the fuzziness. You can make it wide. You can make it at an angle. You can make it like it's like spray paint. So many options when it comes to that. After the pencil, color replacement tool, and mixer, I don't use them too, but I use the brush and the pencil whenever the job called for it. Thank you for the double taps and thank you for the support. Thank you. Next, you got the clone stamp tool and the pattern stamp tool. I usually use the clone stamp tool to clone. If I wanted to clone this box into this, I will make this big with my colon. I will hold Alt to catch it. The Alt's like the shoot button. Click Alt, and then I will paste it over here. And now I just copied it. See? And that's the clone stamp button. And it's pretty cool. I don't even know what the pattern thing is, but we're gonna keep going. History brush is usually it restore the photo to its earliest parts. Let me see if it'll work for this photo. Cause let me see. And the earlier part is white. So that's what it's doing. So it's pretty much erasing everything that I did. Art history brush. Let me try. So it's pretty much what I did. We already used the eraser earlier, so it's a couple of erasers. They got. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go all the way back and bring this back, so show you how these erasers work. Okay, cool. You got the regular eraser tool where you can just erase stuff, and you can change it to transparent if you want. I can erase it and make it turn into white. Let me make sure I do that. So here go a quick video on erase. Let's watch a quick video.
The eraser tool is used for removing pixels from a layer, revealing the layers underneath. This versatile tool is used for correcting mistakes or removing objects from a layer. To access the eraser tool, press E on the keyboard or find it in the toolbar. Make sure you have the correct layer selected, as the eraser tool will only affect the active layer. Click and drag the eraser tool over the area of the image you want to erase. As you erase pixels, the underlying layers will become visible. Customize the eraser tool to suit your needs by adjusting size, shape, and opacity in the options bar. Choose a larger size to cover more area and a smaller size for more precise erasing. Changing the shape creates different erasing effects. And adjusting the opacity controls how much of the underlying layers are revealed. If you want to hide part of a layer with the ability to make it back visible at any time, try to layer mask instead of the eraser tool. This will provide more editing flexibility and won't permanently delete any pixels on the image.
So pretty much what he said is, I learned some new stuff. You can press E for the eraser, which I didn't know. Well, I probably knew, but I just always go to the eraser on the toolbar. But he pretty much said if whatever the active layer is, the only layer that's going to erase. So if this was like 4 or 5 layers right here, it would have been a layer for that, a layer for this line, a layer for that, a layer for this box. Only can erase the layer that's active. So I'm gonna give you an example. So I'm gonna take this right here, and copy and paste. So now that's a layer by itself, and I'm gonna move it. So it's right there. And if I click on the layer up under it, which is this layer, and I click my eraser, it won't erase, see? Because it's on top of the layer that I'm selected. And it's not the layer that I selected, period. But if I click right here, it erase because it's the layer that I selected. That's the difference, see? It won't erase that, but if I select the layer that the box is in, I can erase it now, see? And that's how the eraser works. That's what he was saying when he was saying about the selected layers. So what's next is gradients. My graphic design teacher, he said he hate gradients. He really never used it, but you can use a gradient to put a gradient in there. See how cool it is? You can adjust it, play with it. You can different colors. You can play with your gradient over here. Change the settings. So it's change the presets. We don't use gradients, so I used it for a mixtape cover. So I did use it for a mixtape cover. Was that all the erasers? My bad. I'm gonna go back to the erasers. The magic eraser is whatever color you click, it erases all of that specific color and that specific frame. So if I click this one, it let me make sure the boxes are merged. So it's like one layer. So I only got one layer I'm working with. I'm not working with 50,000 layers. So it's not a layer. I'm working with one layer. So if I click this, it should erase just this box. And you see, it did. That's the magic eraser. The magic eraser erase all of the same color next to each other. So if I click this, it should erase all of the white. And it erase all of the white with one click. That's the cool thing about a magic eraser. If I wanted to erase one specific color all at once, I click it. See? That's pretty cool. That came out pretty cool. It's like a highlight effect. Like a type of effect. But I can put any shape in the magic eraser and do that. That's what the magic eraser do. Zoom eraser, background eraser tool. I never used that. Let's try this. Okay, this is a regular eraser, whatever. Alright, I showed y'all the gradient already. The blur tool, if I wanted to make something blurry, like how this kind of blurry a little bit. Let me see if this will work for here. It's not working. You probably just need something to have like a layer. Is it a video on here? Let's see, let's watch the video. I don't really use the blur tool, but I need to learn it more.
The blur tool in Photoshop is a useful feature to soften and blur parts of your image. This versatile tool is perfect for smoothing textures or blending edges seamlessly. To access the blur tool, find it in the toolbar. The blur tool will sample the active layer by default. If you want to sample all layers, select Sample All Layers in the options bar. Adjust the size of the blur tool using the open and close brackets on the keyboard. Click and drag the brush over the area you'd like to blur. The more you drag, the more blurred the area becomes. You can adjust the blur tool strength in the options bar, creating a more subtle or a stronger blur effect depending on your needs. For precise control over blurring specific parts of your image, the blur tool is the perfect tool for the job.
That's pretty cool. So I'll probably use a blur tool if I had like a picture, I want to blur somebody's face out. Or like I said, or if I want to soften the edges so it won't look like more cardboardy, it'll look more like realistic. It's not really working in this aspect because there's really nothing to blur, it's only boxes and shapes. But that's what, like I said, the blur tool is definitely for that. Adjustment tool, adjustment brush tool. I never watched this video, I never used that.
To access the adjustment brush tool, head to the brush tool in the toolbar and then click on adjustment brush tool. Select the adjustment that you'd like to start painting with first before you begin painting. This can be done from the contextual taskbar or the tool options bar at the top of the screen. Then we can simply start painting, or we can click apply to object to apply the adjustment to the object you select in one click. So let's start painting. Notice that as we started painting, an adjustment layer with a
So I just learned something new again today. I never used the adjustment brush tool. So it's pretty much like I can add highlights and stuff all at once and adjust it without destroying the photo. On the dodge tool, it's pretty much the same. I have used the dodge and the burn tool. Never used the sponge tool, but let me see if there's a video for that. It's only just a learn more. But the dodge tool is pretty much if I got like a dog and I want to highlight just the face, you see what they doing. Then we're gonna go to burn. Burn is making it darker. It's straight opposite of the dodge tool. So let's go on to the next one. The pen tool, what we were using earlier, you can access the pen tool anywhere by just clicking or tapping the letter P on your keypad and you get the pen tool. The pen tool is a tool that you can, I don't know why it's glitching like that, I think it's from the crash. But you can just click and, sorry it's skipping like that, but as you click it, you can create a circle with your pen tool. It's skipping. I can cut it and gotta select the right layer. X. The first time it didn't work because I had the layer on top of it selected, which should have been merged, which is all put together like a sandwich, but it didn't happen like that, but it's okay. Well, we almost done. We got a couple more boxes to go and we finished. We doing the breakdown of Photoshop. So that's the pen tool. You got all these other ones. I don't even play with these, but the pen tool is something I need to learn more because it's very good when you're doing like mixtape colors. It gives you way more precise detail when it comes to cropping stuff out instead of doing it automatically with the computer. Next is the text bar, which I think you can also get to by typing T. Let's see. All right, you can also get there by typing the letter T on your text board. But the text bar is I can put words anywhere. Hi. I can make it bigger. I can make it adjustment. I can censor it. I can make it bigger. I can move it. Make it bigger real quick. So now it's real big. Move it over here. I can change the font. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the text bar for. That's when it comes to learning about different text styles and font styles and all that. So it's a little bit more advanced too. It's glitching. I don't know why. Sorry y'all. But we'll keep going for the computer crash or cut off. So next is okay, after the text toolbar, you got vertical type where you can type going down. Okay, boom. See, hi again. Hey going down, you can do that going down. Not the only tool I will use, but I'm going the regular way. What's this one? I've never seen this one. But is it the video? Let me see if it's a video in the text. Nope, but it's a video on this one, so let's see what this one is. The path selection tool.
The path selection tool and the direct selection tool are used for editing paths in your images, allowing you to fine-tune the shapes and selections you've created with the pen tool or other vector-based tools. To access the path selection tool or direct selection tool, find them in the toolbar or press A on your keyboard. The path selection tool is used to select an entire path. Simply click on the path you want to select, and the path will be highlighted with anchor points. The path selection tool is really handy when you want to move or transform an entire path without affecting individual anchor points. The direct selection tool allows for more precise and controlled selection and editing of individual anchor points, direction lines, or segments.
I never knew that.
Simply click on an anchor point or segment of the path to select it. Then, click and drag to adjust the position or modify the shape or curve of the path. The direct selection tool can also be selected while using the pen tool by simply holding down Control or Command. These tools allow for precise editing of the paths, creating perfect cutouts and beautiful vector graphics.
So, I just learned a lot of stuff right then and there, but wait, let me digest what I just learned. So a selected path is the same thing as, I'm gonna bring it up over here. Is it working? probably not selected. But anyway, the selected path is the same thing as the move tool, but you get more decisive where I can control the corners. So what I'm gonna do is, let me see this layer right here. This layer right here. Let me see if I can select this path. I'm gonna make selection real quick, and then I'm gonna deselect it real quick. So I got this layer selected. Let me see if it can work for this one. It ain't working. I don't know how to use it. I don't know how to use it. I know how to use it, but it's a path. I must have got no paths. I thought I had one earlier. It don't really matter. But anyway. Next is the rectangle tool. If I wanted to do the same thing as these without the way I did it, so I can just, and then I can take a stroke off. I can fill it with a different color. That's a stroke. I can fill the color with whatever color I want to fill it with. I can change the color. And that's pretty much what these for. And alright, so these might be for the path selection tool that I was just using. Alright, bet. So I'm gonna go back real quick and we're gonna use this as the path selection. Boom. Now I'm gonna click on the path selection. Now it should work. So I'm gonna zoom in and I'm gonna go direct selection. And I'm like he said, see, I can put a dot right there. Is it working? Let me see, turn my stroke to black. I don't think it's working. Let me try the other one real quick. Path selection, okay. Oh, okay, boom. Turn them in, that's pretty cool, I'm learning. Make it even smaller, even rounder. Squeeze it down. So I just turn that shape into this. I duplicate it. So I just pretty much just learned how to do it, and that's how you do that one. And so you can use that with these. So you can use any shape. You can use it. Press shift, make it a complete circle, and you can change to any color. Cancel. That's how you do that. The hand tool is the same thing as space, and you can just go to it and you don't have to hold space no more if you click on this hand. Or you also rotate, which I don't like doing because I think it's hard to rotate back to zero. To me it is. Let me see if they do it. Alright, there we go. I don't use a rotate tool. I don't know why would somebody use it, but whatever. I draw upside down, so maybe if I'm drawing it. Alright, the hand tool, back to the hand tool. Let me see, can you go to the hand tool by pressing H? But you can't go to it by pressing H, but you go to it by pressing space. That's how you go to the hand tool. Or you can just click, well, can you press H? Oh, you can press H too, yeah, so you can press H and go right to it. Or you can quick press the space bar and you get the hand tool like that too. See, space, let go, space, let go, space, let go. And that's how that works. That's the hand tool. And the next one is the magnifying glass, which I showed you. If you click and zoom in, you go up to the top and click the magnifying glass with the minus button and start clicking and zoom out. You can also zoom in and zoom out quickly by pressing Control and the plus sign. You can zoom in like that, and Control and the minus sign to zoom out. Another way to zoom in, a third way to zoom in is holding the Alt button, like I showed you earlier, and rotating your mouse with your finger up and down. That's how you zoom in and zoom out. And that's all of them. And there's a couple more boxes down here that you need to know about, pay attention to. You add your toolbar with these 3 dashes. These boxes right here is the color that's the current color that's selected. You can have 2 colors, a top layer and a bottom layer. I don't know too much more about this. You might have to do some research or add some more videos, Google it or check GPT. But if I wanted to create a box or even one of the boxes that's selected, I can, and if I wanted to paint it or something, use any one of these tools, like a brush, and it's gonna go on top of here. I'm gonna just flatten the image real quick so it make it easy for me to use it. And I will use black, you see what I'm saying? Whatever color on top is the color that you're using, so there go my black brush. If I want to change the color, I'll go make me a blue brush. And now I can paint in blue, you know what I'm saying? And that's what these boxes right here for. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna click it. I don't know what it is. Like something pop up. Okay, so it look like it freeze, whatever it do. I don't know what it's doing. You click this button. Sometimes I just click the button, and that changed the view. Look like it changed the view. Look like to presentation mode or something. Alright, in full screen mode, panels are hidden. They can be accessed on the side of the screen. Full screen. That's full screen. Okay, and that's if I wanted to work full screen. I can press escape to get back to normal. I've never seen that. It's my first time. See, you got full screen mode, standard mode, and so we just went through the whole Photoshop. We went through each layer at the top. We went through each layer component, and we made what we made. I wonder how much I can sell this for. But that's what it is, though. If you want to know any more extra Photoshop tips, any more advanced tips, definitely smash that subscribe button, because I definitely will be uploading more tutorials, more how-to videos, more Photoshop. Let's get it.